Hello students, welcome to Silver Bells online teaching. Myself Nilofer is your SS teacher. Today we are going to continue chapter 5 part 3. So today our first point is Azad Hind Fauj in Indian Independence League. After breaking the tight British security, Subhash Chandra Bose cleverly reached Japan from Berlin in a submarine in 1943. As he was in security, he broke the tight security of British and cleverly reached Japan from Berlin in a submarine in 1943. Moreover, Ras Bihari Bose of Indian Independence League invited Subhash Chandra Bose to be the head of this league. First of all, he broke this security. He reached Japan from Berlin, and there other side, Ras Bihari Bose also told that you have to be the head of Indian Independence League. Japan would provide every kind of help for the Indian freedom. Japan was helping to the Indians for their freedom. It was ready to do any kind of help. It was promised that as Japanese army advances towards India, capturing Indian provinces, provisional governments would be formed and Japan would give them recognition. So it was decided, it was promised that as Japanese will attack India and it will capture Indian provinces, there the government will be kept of Japan and it will be given to the Indians. On July 2, 1943, Subhash Chandra Bose went to Singapore from Japan, and there he was elected as the President of Indian Independence League on July 4, 1943. So from there he went to Singapore, and there also he was elected as the President of Indian Independence League. This Indian Independence League was working in all the nations. Moreover, Ras Bihari Bose voluntarily retired as head of Indian National Army, Azad Hind Fauj, and appointed Subhash Chandra Bose as head of INA. So as Ras Bihari Bose was already head of INA, he voluntarily retired from there, and he gave this opportunity to Subhash Chandra Bose. Indians residing there got a proper and able leader for freeing their motherland. Now they got a proper leader. Since then, Subhash Chandra Bose was called Netaji. So as he was the head of the league, everybody was calling him Netaji. In his speeches and on radio, he gave slogans. So now as he was giving speeches on radio, his interviews on radio, in that he was giving the slogans like Chalo Delhi. It means let's march to Delhi. And Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga. Give me blood, I will give you freedom. It means you have to sacrifice your blood for our motherland. If you are ready for that, then I am ready to give you freedom. With his skillful guidance, he formed the parallel government. He tried to convince and urge the Indians residing in Southeast Asia to sacrifice everything for the struggle of independence of India. Now he tried to convince other Indians also who were residing in Southeast Asia that you have to also sacrifice everything for the struggle of independence of India. If we want independence, then we have to sacrifice our everything. Establishment of provisional government by Subhash Chandra Bose. Now he formed a government in political way. Subhash Chandra Bose formed a provisional Indian government and he became its prime minister. He allotted other departments to his companions and formed a cabinet. So that time also, what he did, he became the prime minister and he allotted other departments to his companions and he formed a cabinet also. This government was recognized by Japan, Germany, Italy, nationalized China and Burma. See, now that time this government was recognized by these all nations: Japan, Germany, Italy, China and Burma. This government organized Hindi as a national language and tricolor as national flag. It was decided to have income by assisting Japan, independent role and by property tax. It was decided that now to have income by assisting Japan, Japan will assist us to increase our income. Other thing that our role will be independent and we have to only give property tax. Netaji visited Andaman and Nicobar Islands and named it as Shahid and Swaraj. So he went to these islands, Andaman and Nicobar, and he gave the name there. Shaheed, it means martyr, and Swarajya, it means independence. Last step and martyrdom of Subhash Babu. In May 1944, under the leadership of Netaji, his military units captured Rangoon, Prom, Kohima, presently the capital of Nagaland. Then it marched towards Imphal, which is now capital of Manipur. But after the dropping of 2 atom bombs at Nagasaki and Hiroshima in Japan, the financial assistance to the provisional government stopped. Obviously, it was a big attack, as today also we knew about that Nagasaki and Hiroshima, what happened over there. Even the people there are having that effect today. Still they are wearing masks. So, as Japan was helping us, but after these 2 dropping of atom bombs, our help from Japan was stopped. British aircrafts started warfare against Azad Hind Fauj, and so the condition became critical. Now Britishers got the chance to again start this war, and they started warfare against Azad Hind Fauj, and so the condition became very critical. On August 18, 1945, he started from Taipei airport of Formosa for Tokyo. He was going to Japan, he was going to Tokyo. But his plane caught fire and he got serious burns, and while undergoing treatment he died. But as the plane crash was there, plane caught air, and due to this incident he burned very badly, and so he died. The mystery of his death has remained unsolved till date. Even today we didn't know how this happened, how this incident happened, how the plane caught fire, it was caught fire, or it was something planned by the Britishers. Till date we are not knowing this mystery of his death. Achieving independence and partition of India. The commanders of Indian National Army were arrested as prisoners of war and were accused of treason and put on trial. So, the people, those who were arrested during the war, those persons were kept as the prisoners, and then they were accused of treason. It means you are the traitor, it means against the nation. So, that was kept on them, and then they were put on trial. It means cases were kept on them. Cases were filed. Balubhai Desai and Jawaharlal Nehru pleaded their case. It means Bhullabhai Desai and Jawaharlal Nehru, they were the advocates, they were pleading these cases. The whole country took keen interest in this case, as the advocates were Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhullabhai Desai, and others were the prisoners of war. So, the whole country was taking interest in these cases. When the British government inflicted them with punishment, there were protests against them in the entire country. But what happened? British government inflicted them with punishment, that these people were punished, and so entire country started protesting them. So, owing to populist opinion, the government had to withdraw the punishment, as there was very much popularity for these cases and people were showing their protest very much, so government had to withdraw the punishment. These events end with the naval mutiny of Bombay. The British realized their rule in India will no longer be tenable. As this event happened, that they have to cancel, they have to withdraw the punishment, and whatever happened in Bombay, naval mutiny. So Britishers realized that now onwards they can't rule in India. On February 20, 1947, Attlee, the Prime Minister of Britain, announced that the British government shall give all the powers to the government of India, and as per the cabinet mission formula, and shall quit India by June 1948. As they got to know now that it was very hard now to rule over India. So, on February 20, 1947, Attlee, he was the Prime Minister of Britain, he announced that now British government shall give all the powers to Indians, and they will quit India by June 1948. Thus, in a changed situation, Mountbatten was appointed as Viceroy in place of Lord Wavell. So, that time Lord Wavell was Viceroy, but now as this situation was changed, now Mountbatten was appointed as Viceroy. When he took charge of his post, communal riots had started in India. The condition of India had become pathetic. Now what happened here? See, as that was stopped against the Britishers. Now communal riots started. And Indian situation was pathetic, very bad. In July 1946, the Congress secured 201 seats out of 210 and Muslim League 73 seats out of 78 from provinces of India for the prior formation of the Constituent Assembly. Now we have to also make the assembly, Constituent Assembly, as we are getting the power now onwards. So now Indians started fighting with each other. The League pressurized the government for Pakistan. On 16th August 1946, so terrible communal riots and tumult spread all over India. Now the League told that they pressurized the government that we need another nation, Pakistan, on 16th August 1946, and then terrible communal riots spread out all over India. Looking at the situation in India, Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru and other Congress leaders felt there was no other alternative except accepting the demand of Muslim League for Pakistan, because Muslim League and Jinnah insisted for separate Pakistan. Now they got to know, the leaders got to know that we don't have any other alternative, that we have to give Pakistan separately to Muslim League. The Muslim League boycotted the first cabinet meeting on December 9, 1946. The Muslim League executive held on January 31, 1947, decided to boycott the cabinet meeting and gave a rapid and extensive program for the demand of Pakistan. Now it was started that two nations would be there in India. It means India and Pakistan, it would be separated. Mountbatten convinced Nehru and Sardar Patel, who understood the matter, that having a well-organized central government, having administrative units under the center, shall be more peaceful and progressive instead of weak central government consisting of many autonomous and opposite constituents. Now Mountbatten played a major role over here for separating India in two parts. He convinced Nehru and Sardar that we need well-organized central government instead of having this autonomous and oppositions. National leaders found that this argument acceptable. They got acceptable. They accepted that yeah, it is correct. Sardar Patel and Nehru discussed this matter with Gandhiji, who also helplessly accepted arrangement of partition of India with heavy hearts. Now Sardar Patel and Nehru discussed this with Gandhiji, and then Gandhiji accepted this arrangement that we need to partition of India. We need to part India in two parts, in India and Pakistan. So like this, India became participated in two parts. Okay, it was partitioned in two parts, India and Pakistan, due to the Muslim League. And here we are completing this session. In the next session, we will go further in for the chapter. If you are having any doubt, you may call me. Thank you. Have a good day.